Ranjan Sinangoti. I hope you are all safe despite the recent earthquakes, aftershocks, typhoons here in northern Cebu. In this video, I will explain how ethics can guide us not only as students but as citizens when we face real-life challenges in our communities and government. We will explore four ethical theories: deontology, utilitarianism, virtue ethics, and social contract theory, and see how each one applies to events in the Philippines today.
Ethics is more than just a school topic. It helps us understand how people should act when facing real problems. During disasters like earthquakes, typhoons, and flood control controversies, leaders make decisions that can save lives, protect communities, or sometimes fail the citizens. So today, I want us to explore three important questions. First, what is the right thing to do? Second, what do leaders owe citizens? Third, which choices help the most people? By applying ethical theories, we can better understand what responsible leadership and good decision making look like during crisis. Our first theory is deontology, also known as Kantian ethics. This is a duty-based ethical theory. It teaches that moral actions are those that follow rules, duties, and universal moral laws. Immanuel Kant's key idea is the categorical imperative, which means act only according to a rule that you would want everyone to follow. So, in deontology, we do what is right not because of benefits, but because it is our duty. For example, honesty, transparency, and fairness should always be followed, no excuses. When we apply deontology to Philippine governance, we see that public officials have the duty to act honestly and transparently, especially during disasters. For example, they must report disaster funds honestly. They must follow procurement rules when buying relief goods. They should avoid corruption, even when no one is watching. Their decisions should not depend on convenience, political interest, or personal gain. According to deontology, honesty is not optional. It is a moral duty that must always be followed. Our second theory is utilitarianism, also known as consequentialism. This theory says the best action is the one that produces the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Here, what matters most is the outcome or consequence. This theory is very visible during disaster response. For example, prioritizing which barangays to evacuate first, sending limited rescue teams to the most affected areas, allocating relief goods to families who need them the most, ordinary citizens helping earthquake or typhoon victims. Utilitarianism asks, which choice will help the most people and reduce the most suffering? For example, when the LGU decides to evacuate an entire coastal community, even if some residents feel inconvenienced, this follows utilitarianism. It may disrupt daily activities, but this action protects thousands of lives. The decision is not about pleasing everyone. It's about making sure the greatest number of people are safe and protected. Our third theory is virtue ethics, inspired by Aristotle.
This theory focuses not on rules or consequences, but on character.
According to virtue ethics, a good person develops moral virtues such as courage, compassion, integrity, honesty, responsibility. In real life, we see virtue ethics when leaders visit evacuation centers, guide communities calmly, distribute relief fairly, and show genuine compassion not only for publicity, but because it is the right thing to do. When leaders show good character, people trust them more. Examples: mayors who remain transparent with disaster funds, frontliners and rescuers who show courage and compassion even when exhausted, youth volunteers who help pack relief goods or assist in evacuation centers. Virtue ethics reminds us that ethical leadership begins with who you are, not just what you do. Our final theory is social contract theory. This theory explains that government authority is only legitimate if it is based on the consent and trust of the people. Citizens agree to follow laws, pay taxes, and obey rules. In return, the government must protect people's right, use public funds properly, act responsibly and transparently. We see the importance of this theory in issues like Maharlika Investment Fund debate, where many citizens questioned transparency, accountability, and whether public trust was being respected. When trust is broken through corruption, mismanagement, or lack of transparency, citizens have the right to demand accountability. This can be done through participating in community audits, joining public discussions, asking questions, voting wisely, staying informed. Social contract theory reminds us that government and citizens share obligations. A healthy society depends on trust, responsibility, and accountability on both sides. To summarize our lesson today, deontology teaches us about duty and moral rules. Utilitarianism focuses on helping the greatest number of people. Virtue ethics reminds us that good leadership comes from good character. Social contract theory emphasizes trust between the government and the citizens. By applying these ethical theories to real life issues in the Philippines, we learn how to evaluate leadership, make better decisions, and build a more just and compassionate society.